Good morning, Gilbert School, and welcome to Live the Hive Season 3, Episode 6, the first of 2020. I'm your host, Evan Blass, and let's get right into the buzz. Have you paid your class dues? Do you know that you can't go to prom or attend field trips if your class dues haven't been paid by your senior year? Class dues are something most students don't understand or rarely pay, but in reality are very important. Every student's contribution helps fund your senior trip and prom, as well as other school activities. Pricing starts at $5 as a freshman and increases by $5 every year through your senior year, making the total amount $50. It is best to pay this amount over time instead of having it come out of your wallet all at once. Do your wallet a favor and make sure to talk to your class treasurer and get started today. Here's Gilbert Flores with Gilbert Asks.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Gilbert Ask Show. And today's question is, if you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future? If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
The past, because I would like to relive all of the historic moments that have happened on Earth.
That's good.
I would time travel to the future to see if there's like flying cars, because I want to see if that's true.
Sweet.
I would travel to the past.
Why?
To see how history was actually made and not what we just read in books.
Interesting. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
The past.
Why?
Because I feel like it'd be interesting to see what life was really like back then instead of like reading it in like a book or like hearing it from a teacher, so you can get first person perspective.
That's good. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
The future, because then you could just time travel anywhere. You know what I mean?
I know what he means. Oh, yeah. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
I would time travel to the past.
Why?
Because it seems like fun.
Nice. If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
I time travel to the future to fight myself. Hey, future me, if you're watching this, Son.
If you could time travel, would you time travel to the past or the future?
I'd time travel to the past because at least we know everything that's going to happen.
Okay. Thank you for watching the Gilbert Ash Show. Tune in for more at Live at the Hive. I'm Gilbert Flores, signing off.
Up next is Brandon Gonzalez with eSports.
This season of eSports has been ramping up at the Gilbert School. Here's the coach, Shane, with some inside info on what they do.
So the competition for eSports, it's an 8-week season, and so everyone comes in, you sit down at your machines. Usually we'll do a little bit of practicing beforehand, and then at about 3:30, all the kids that are playing will get an invite. They join, and then they go through and play their matches. For this season, we're running Rocket League, which is a best of 5 for every tournament. So like I said, it's an 8-week season, and each week we're running 2 separate teams. Each team runs against another school every week. So every Thursday we have 1 match for each team. So for me, I graduated in 2015, and during my senior year, I was trying to get a gaming club going just because I personally love gaming, always have. So for me, trying to see the benefits of playing video games as a team and building that teamwork in school, I saw the benefit of. Plus, there's a lot of fun that can be had. So then once last year when Mr. Crossman approached me and said, hey, CIC sanctioning eSports, can we get a team going? For me, that's something, like I said, I've been trying to do since I graduated. So that was just my passion for video games, I guess, would be the short answer to that. So I guess it would kind of be sort of like any other sports team. Everyone comes in, you talk about what we did last week, what the teams did last week that didn't work, what we can do, maybe move someone around. So the goalie for the tournament last week didn't work, so maybe, hey, let's put someone else in the goal, and the other 2 can be on offense. And then it's just they'll practice within each other. Maybe the 2 teams will practice against each other, or Play Versus provides the coaches with a Discord chat with all of the coaches in Connecticut that are in it, so you can reach out and say, hey, anyone wanna play a scrim today? And so then we can practice against other teams as well as against each other. The funding for it was actually mostly handled by Mr. Crossman. He brought the idea up at the semester change last year, and he went through and talked to everyone that it could, and I believe we got an enhancement grant for the program. Luckily, we already had all of these wonderful machines because all the CAD machines needed to be upgraded anyway, and for funding purposes, the computers would be the most expensive part, and since we were able to multi-use them for gaming and for CAD, it made the whole situation a lot easier, as well as we have no travel. There's no travel expenses for anything.
eSports Club meets every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school in the computer lab. Come check it out if you're interested.
Now for your favorite, episode 2 of Making People Uncomfortable.
What's your favorite subject in school?
History.
History? Oh yeah, name every politician ever.
Name every politician?
Ever.
Ever, sure. Yeah, I got it. Every politician, or every president, or every congressman, or every senator. You're
all
asking.
of them.
Yeah.
What is your problem?
Yes.
Do you like football? Yes, sir. All right, you watch the NFL? Yeah. Name all the teams.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Name all the
NFL.
teams.
All right, Titans, Bengals, Patriots, Giants. What else we got? We got the 49ers, the Steelers, the Ravens, bro, there's so many. The Atlantic Hawks, Seattle.
The Atlantic what?
But I don't know, bro. Yeah. I'm trying to think about it.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighbor. Would you be my? That's a little forward, don't you think? We just met. What? Please go back to class.
I will.
This week we have Skylar Romero and Miss Lewis for Feature with a Teacher.
Welcome to this episode of Feature with a Teacher. I'm your host, Skylar Romero, and today we are interviewing Miss Lewis. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing the best I can. So, what are some of your hobbies?
Well, I usually don't have a lot of time to do anything for myself, but I do, hang out with my daughter, take my dogs on walks. Like, I like to play softball. We have a basketball court, across the street from my house, so I go shoot around sometimes, but usually stuff like that. Nothing crazy.
You have a daughter? How old is she?
She's 13.
13.
She's in 8th grade. Yep.
Oh. What is something funny that you did as a kid?
I actually used to pretend that I was a DJ. I would record myself and my brother, doing radio shows and stuff. And then I would play it back to my parents, and they were less than interested, but they really pretended to be. So that was kind of cool. So I don't know, I guess now it sounds kind of weird, but I really wanted to be a DJ.
What would you choose as animal sidekick?
Probably a kangaroo, because it could kick the crap out of anyone that came close to me and bothered me. Because I don't really like people that much, so just keep them away at a distance, And kangaroos are kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that would be kind of cool, I think.
That's an interesting choice. Do you consider Monopoly to be a game to be played with friends or enemies?
Probably enemies, because I'm super competitive. If I'm playing any game, it's on. You better watch out. And if you are my friend in the beginning, you might not be at the end. So might as well start out, know where we're going.
Are you competitive with games like Connect 4 or
Yes. Big time. Anything that involves a winner, I want to be the winner. So you got to watch out.
All right. Thank you for coming on to our show. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you so much. It's been fun.
I'm your host, Skylar Romero, and I'll see you on the next episode of Feature with a Teacher.
This concludes this episode of Season 3 Live at the Hive. I'm your host, Evan Blass, and we'll catch you next time.